At Adam Aaronson Glass Studio, we offer a wide variety of courses. I'm passionate about glass and I love teaching. It's the most extraordinary fun blowing glass, and we love working with people who are complete beginners, going through a wonderful experience and ending up with a fantastic piece of glass. I'm inspired by the ceaseless mutability of light on the sky, the landscape and water. I love the way the landscape changes as clouds move across the sky, and the way the light changes as well. The reflections that you get from light rippling on water, and I've been trying to achieve that sort of reflective quality in my glass. I use silver leaf in my work as a major part of the process because I use the silver leaf actually as a canvas on which to melt powder glass colours. I use various vessel forms, generally quite classical forms, in order to keep my work fairly simple, but from time to time I work with organic shapes as well. The landscape series are completely bespoke. I don't repeat them, and really I only do a few commissions. I mainly work with these pieces just from the heart. To make a bowl like this, I would start off by planning the internal colour. That's made from a piece of glass rod. I cut a piece that's around about 20 centimeters thick and place it in a kiln to preheat. Then I would pick it up on a blowing iron and melt it so that I could shape it and blow a little bubble in it. So at that stage you have to wait for it to cool down so that you can then encase it in a layer of clear glass, which you gather from the furnace. You dip it into a crucible full of molten glass, turn the iron and come out of the furnace and take it back to the bench, and then use a wooden block to shape and center and chill the outside before you can use a wet newspaper pad to shape a little bit more, and then you blow down the iron. And that starts to create a bubble. For a piece of this size, I would generally do 2 gathers, so I'd wait for it to cool down again and then do the second gather, shape it and blow it into a sphere. And at that point, I start to apply the silver leaf. So you can actually see the silver leaf on the surface. I then melt the silver into the surface on a steel table which is called a marva. I will have laid out some powder glass colour, and I'll be rolling the hot vessel, which is quite soft at that stage, gradually reheating it in what we call a glory hole, which is a reheating furnace, in order to melt the colour into the surface. And then I'll look at the colour structure to see if I'm happy with it. And sometimes I'll add more colour, sometimes I'll sprinkle some on, and then melt that into the surface as well. Once that's done, I need to transfer it from the blowing iron to the finishing iron, which is known as the punty iron. The iron is then tapped and it transfers from one iron to the other iron. And that enables me to then work on the rim, because at that stage the piece is really a sphere, so it's closed in here, and I have to melt it and gradually open it up at the bench. Finally, when I've opened it up to the shape that I actually want, it then gets taken over to what we call the knocking off table, and it gets tapped very lightly in order to break it off the puntil. Then it goes into the annealing kiln to stay at 510 degrees for the rest of the day and gradually cool down. When it comes out, it'll have a sharp base, and so it has to be ground and polished. That's when I sign the base and put the title on. At Adam Aaronson Glass Studio, I work to commission, and I also run courses. So have a look at our website, www.adamarronson.com, where you can find more details.